We are back here at TPC Myrtle Beach. Tournament host Dustin Johnson, and oh, by the way, the #1 player in the world. DJ, you've got a wedge in your hand, and I think you would agree this is the most improved part of your game in the last few years. Yep. I know you spent a ton of time working on mechanics, feel, so forth. So let's start with this. What is your breakdown of lofts with your 3 wedges?
So I use a 48, a 54, and a 60-degree wedges. Right. And I try to keep it fairly simple as far as, you know, what I do with them. I've got 3 swings. I've got a half, a 3/4, and a full. And then I know max numbers too, just in case.
So you base everything off of those 3 numbers and give it a little more gas or a little less gas based on those cross numbers?
Yeah, and then if I'm laying, like say I'm laying up on a par 5 or it's a short par 4,
right, I
will try to hit to that number, to one of those numbers.
So what do you have there, a 52?
54.
54, all right, so what's your stock number there with a 54?
125.
All right, let's see one.
Stock, dead stock. And then I've got a 3/4, which is 115, and then a half is 105.
So that's your stock 125. So if you had to take, say, 10 yards off of it, 8 yards off of it, still flight it and have trying to get the correct distance, not letting the wind eat it up, what do you do, anything mechanically to subtract 6 or 8 yards off that stock 54?
So how far?
So let's go 119.
119, I'm gonna make my 3/4 swing, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit more speed than what I would normally do for my 115 shot.
So this is the 119 shot.
Yeah.
I love the precision. So backswing length looked like it was about the same. Follow through was about the same. There was just a little bit less speed coming through. Simple as that. What would you say was, if you had to point to one thing that's allowed you to improve so much with your wedge game the last few years, what have you done specifically to dial in those numbers?
Practice.
Besides practice.
I mean, that's literally all it was for me. It was an area of the game where, I mean, I practice it, but just not with as much focus, and so it just made it a lot easier to improve, because it was an area in the game where I could really improve.
Well, I think there's no question that your improvement in that area, statistically at least, has made tremendous difference for you. And I know for your confidence, because you're in that range of 50 to 125 yards so often, that whether you hit a big drive on a par 4 or you lay up on a par 5 or have to come out of the rough and lay up to that number, it's pretty good to be able to get to 87 yards and know that you have a baseline to work off of and try to convert par or even make birdie.
And this, it's improved my game, the way I, think around the golf course too, because it, like a really good scenario would be at the Northern Trust this year, when I drove it right into the rough on 18 and laid up, when before, 2 years ago, I would have tried to hit that shot on the green, because I wouldn't have had as much confidence in my wedges.
Well, confidence plays a huge role in this game. Thanks for having us. I know you're busy. It's good seeing you again, as always.
Absolutely.
Sharing some of your knowledge and info. Look, the best player in the world just told you how he improved his wedge game. I hope it helps you as well.